Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I just realized that. So many years ago, I used studied journalism, and I worked in a radio station in the morning. So I had my own morning show where like I would be like, "Hey, good morning. While you're driving, let's listen to Katy Perry." I don't know, something like this. And I remember how happy I was that people couldn't see me because in the morning it looked like that. And right now it's 8 a.m. I drink a lot of water, so I look like that. But we should we should ask AI to fix my face, to make it presentable. Because mornings are hard, especially Monday mornings, but not if you start your day with us. Because then for the next
Sergey, you,
45.
you, you look great. Your face
Thank
is
you.
beautiful.
Oh no, I was not fishing for the compliment.
Yes, you were.
But you got it. You got it caught, on those phishing emails. Have you ever clicked on the phishing email which was sent from your organization? Not the random one, but the ones
No, I haven't. Not yet.
the
Not
test
yet.
ones.
I almost did. I
Okay.
almost did. It was real close. And it was around, it was more of a timing thing. Most of the phishing emails you get, it's like you're having your day, you're doing your thing. Maybe maybe you don't believe in Netflix, but you believe in Paramount Plus,
Hmm.
except that's like dying now. And you get an email from Netflix, and you're like, I don't have an account there. Why are they emailing me?
Yeah.
It's typically something like that, where it's like,
Yeah.
I have an account that's like that, but it's not this. So I'm
Right.
like, this is obvious. But
No,
there
those
was
as
a
well.
time
Yeah.
where I did something and I was expecting an email, and it was like a LinkedIn thing, and they said, "Hey, this person responded." And I'm like, "I just had a conversation with someone that was named like that." It wasn't even the right name, but I'm like, maybe I remembered it wrong.
Yeah.
And I went to go click it, and it looked legit, and then I hovered it and I saw the link at the bottom, and I'm like, they almost got me. It was very close.
Oh wow. Yeah, I get a lot of messages telling me that my package has been delayed at UPS. So Miami Beach is very famous for packages being delayed and not delivered. So they target me for those reasons. But I did click once on a phishing email from organization. I
Ooh.
did. I did fail the test, and it was so embarrassing. But I, as a tester, saw how people get into that.
Yeah.
You know, it's usually the time. Not even but it. You open the email and you just go delete, click, and it just you go and click by everything. And obviously, because it was from organization, they created this like fake document which you needed to sign, and everything looked very legit. And
Oh
and
no.
I was like,
Oh no.
oh, okay, then another one. And it's like, you've been caught. And I was like, oh, that's very embarrassing.
Feels
But
bad,
yeah.
man.
Welcome to AI and in QA newsletter review. That was our intro. Security threats are real, and one of the articles. So, what do we do here? What do we do here, Butch? Can you tell us what are we doing here?
Well, we review the AI and QA newsletter, to put it
Okay.
simply. So we take some time. I've got a newsletter that goes out every Monday morning, and we start off with a cup of coffee. Likely, I'm back on the coffee. I was off
Yeah.
for like 2 weeks, and we talk about what are our favorite things, what stuck out, and what are things that you, the listener, joining us today or tonight or tomorrow afternoon, we think are important, or that you should go check out even deeper. So you should go read all of them, but let's
Yeah.
just be honest, we're not going to read all of them. I did read all of them, but I'm not expecting you to. But go pick out one or two, and maybe something catches your eye while you are starting your morning testing or your evening testing, wherever this show finds you.
Yeah. Thank you. That was great. Question: is there a way for our listeners to ask us a question?
That's a great question. And I'm assuming you saw the new thing on the website.
No,
So
I did not.
let's go check this out. So there's two
Okay.
ways. You can
Yes.
ask a question on YouTube or LinkedIn in the
Right.
comments, and I'm gonna try to see them. I've got this other window that I'm following and watching kind of
Right.
back here. So I peek on those, but I might miss them. But if you want to ask a question and you want to make sure that question never gets missed, you can go to our website and click on this Q&A link.
Ooh.
And what that's going to do,
Okay.
it's going to load up a Sprite, which is a web server that goes to sleep if nobody's talked to it in a while. So it's waking up, hopefully. I vibed this like
So
last
how do you
night. So
how did you create it with AI?
I did. I did. I
Because it's AI
spent,
in QA. So was it hard
that's
for you
right.
to create all of this?
Yeah, I spent 30 minutes on this total. So
Okay.
this is my save session. So if I wanted to ask a question, I can say my name is Butch.
Uh-huh.
I can put in my email if you want. You don't have to. It's optional.
Okay.
It's all good. And we can ask something like, where do you think that manual coding uh, is going in the next year? This is a
Okay.
bad question, but it's not
It's not
bad.
it's not. What?
So
Okay, so did
ask the
you read
question,
the
and then we
articles?
can come vote. Yeah,
Did you read the articles you attached to issue number 14? There's a
I
lot of
did.
questions like that in
Yes,
the
yeah.
articles. So
No,
it's not
I
a, it's
know,
not
I know, I know.
it's not a bad question. There are no bad questions. There are stupid ones, but there are no bad questions. even even a silly question is still a good question because first of all, you might see reflecting on it that you should have known this, but also it
Yep.
opens a conversation. Um, so
I'm going to
yeah,
show you one
I
more thing before I move on
of
this because
course,
I
yeah.
think this is where things get really fun. So I've got my own moderator dashboard.
Okay,
Why did that not come over?
I don't know.
It was
QA,
working.
that's it.
QA. Yeah. There's a moderator dashboard out here which lets me move these around. And there's also a display view. So
Okay.
we're actually going to use this as a part of our talk. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah,
About
it's
the
going to be great.
talk, really quick. Next. I couldn't wait to say next. Next Friday at 9:30 at Lost Tech, we will be giving a talk. Well, it won't be a talk. It will be probably not probably. It will be a conversation, a live, basically live version of this. So tickets are still available. Sloss Tech, you can just choose Dev Path and just go see us. And not only us, obviously, stay for the whole day. And I think it gives you more than just Friday. So we'll be talking on Friday, 9:30 to 10, but there are also talks on Thursday as well, right? Yes.
There are. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So,
I think Thursday, like afternoon to the next day. So it's a day and a half of dev tracks. I think if you go like the full Sloth Tech thing, it's like Wednesday to Friday, which, it's a little more expensive. It's more entrepreneur y, if that makes sense. If you've
yeah.
ever been to like an entrepreneur conference, it's going to be less technical and more around business in general. But
Yeah.
if you are going to be in Birmingham for Celeste Tech Dev on a Friday, let us know beforehand, but also we will see you there.
Yeah, and you can expense it, and your employer too. So that's just a good note. The everything, the travel, and but okay, the articles. I read a bunch. I mean, not a bunch, but a few because majority of them I love. Those were LinkedIn posts, so it was super quick and easy. But the YouTube, I bet the conversation and the Vernon Richard show
It
is
was great.
amazing. Yeah, I bet, but I didn't have time since I woke up 1 hour ago to watch that. But yeah, so that one, have you watched it?
I did. I watched the entire thing. I think on Friday. When did it's Friday or yesterday? It was yesterday or Saturday maybe.
Okay.
It was Saturday when I was cooking breakfast and whatnot. So it was a great conversation. It was around a previous post that we featured, Keith Kling's blog post, and it just went deeper and it shared some different perspectives and some of the same perspectives. It was a great chat. Go check out the Vernon Richards show. Great people, great conversations, lots of learning out there for you.
Yes, probably. I don't know. I cannot guarantee that. I can't. I'm not gonna sign up for something I didn't watch. It's like it's basically when somebody asks me to sign a release, and I'm like, I haven't tested none of this, so I'm not signing anything. Automation is green, so my automation, which is Butch, is green, but automation is lying these days because there are proofs and other things from Noah, and I think it's coding agents delete failing tests instead of fixing code. It's an article, yeah, that one. And it also talked. So basically, it's a LinkedIn post where Noah he found a clickbait. he did find a clickbait, which I love. Beautiful clickbait. I'm not gonna lie, I love them. So
It got me too. It got me
yeah,
too.
yeah. So I was like, you know what? Ooh, I'm gonna. So the post basically on LinkedIn summarizes everything what you as a tester need to know about what's going on, and we all know that. And I've witnessed this when you work with AI agent, and instead of doing what you asked it to do, maybe it misunderstood. Well, it did misunderstand you, and just rewrote things or changed them, moved them, delete them. You say make everything pass. It leaves one test with 2 = 2, and everything passes. And yeah, so and there is an article as well attached. Because the clickbait was great, I clicked on it, and so the article itself is just it's talking basically about the latest data from AI world where people. I love the newsletter number 14 because it's like kind of like a little hate letter towards AI, and I dig that. You know me, like anything against AI, I'm up for it. And that one is actually against AI and gives an examples of it give examples of different situations, such as yes, we do create more code, yes, we do push more code, but we have security issues because of that. We start having other issues, quality issues. So beautiful, like in Russian we say stone on your neighbor's patch. Like you have like your patches with strawberries, for example, right?
Yeah.
And I don't like yours, or like, and I just make a stone and drop it there to kill some veggies. So,
You make a stone, it's like a snowball.
I just, yeah, I don't know why I did that. I made it out of. Never mind. Just
It's
forget what
a
I.
mudstone. A mudstone.
It's 8:14 a.m. It's way too early to actually see me. I told you. You can listen to me, but don't see me. So that one is great. The first one. No, the second one, obviously.
Yeah.
Looking good, testers. Yeah, I read that. Oh, can you open it?
That's a great picture.
When I saw that, I'm like, I'm reading this. I don't care what it says. I'm gonna read the whole article. And yeah, James Thomas wrote me. Don't get confused. The author. This is not an author, by the way. The author
That's
is
not the author. No, it's not.
no, it's not. James Thomas in the right upper. Yeah, the picture you can see. Here you go. Yes, that's the author. But I love a good LE fives. Experimental like I'm five. And this one was great with those little sprinkles of LE5 is basically 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 thinking about pizza, and if pizza is a product, how you actually eat it, how you tested it. And those examples when you can take a knife and slice it, or maybe use automation as a automatics, slicer. Those are all, yeah, like boom at once. I would, if I were to slice the pizza, I really like how they slice it in Costco when they put this thing on top of the
Oh, the
pizza.
big thing, yeah.
Yeah, the big thing, and then and it just I've seen different slices, by the way. I've seen it when like a blueprint, and then you slice the knife in between
Okay.
lines. So there are different ways, basically. I'm expanding on the article. I'm still in the James idea, how you can test it. But the most important part, and again, this is how I knew that we start, looking at AI the way I looked at it since the beginning. You still matter. You still need to look for things. You as a QA. And again, because it's AI and QA review here, we're talking not about devs, not about DevOps. So we're talking about QA. As a
That's
QA,
right.
you still need to look, like actually look for things. And yes, tools definitely simplify. You can have specific tools to cut the crust, to slice pizza as many slices as you need, but you're still the one who's gonna be eating the pizza. So yeah, so the whole concept of the article was that you need to look for edge cases, while automation is summarizing everything from the task plan, or automation, not automation, sorry, AI goes and
Yep.
checks the requirements, through Jira, connects all of the subtasks, tasks, or whatever linear product you use. I don't care. The point is that you can use AI only as a tool, and you still need to do your work.
That's right. It's very important. In the end, you are responsible.
Yes.
So
Yes.
whether and that can be you can responsibly, well, whether that's responsible or not, you can deliver slop or you can deliver, good things that are actionable, right? Good results from AI, and I think a lot of that does come with experience on leveraging it, how best to use it, and also knowing when not to use it. So, um, one example of that, which really ties James's article along with the one that Noah posted about, was I actually this past week, as I was building and refining content, I was having a conversation with AI, and I knew there was a broken test because I planted this broken test there. But there's actually like two pieces that were broken. One was like a bad locator, and the other was a bug in the system. And I wanted a test failure in my context so I can talk about like how to generate a bug report. And as I was working with the AI to work through that to demonstrate it, the AI determined, hey, this is actually an application bug. Let me go ahead and get your test passing green. So let me just comment this out for you. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, don't do this. Like, I want a failure. And, you know, I think there have been many examples like that, but it's very fresh today. Even working with like Opus 4.8, like Opus 4.8 tried to do that. Like, come on, don't. What are you doing? What are you doing, Opus?
Yeah.
So,
I get it. I talk to AI every day, like a lot, like a lot, every day for different reasons. For studying, for my personal things. I'm planning a vacation next month. I won't be here for one of the issues. Yeah, and and obviously for work, and sometimes I forget, and I start talking to it like it's a person,
yeah,
assuming that it will get what I mean, because a person would, and it
yeah,
just doesn't. And it sticks to, it has a selection bias, that's for sure. Like it's as soon as it selected something, it's gonna be forcing towards it. With my vacation, I swear, I literally went to Gemini, Posted the same question. Gemini gave me way better result. I throw it to at my at Claude and be like, what Gemini said? I was so pissed. I genuinely started like almost, I mean, not yelling, but using a lot of exclamation
Sure.
points to get it to the point of like, stop deciding for me, please. Like, give me unbiased results and just so yeah, to what you said, definitely a thing. And that's why, again, after the article looking good testers, there is another one right after that. AI code generation makes manual exploratory testing valuable. Again, the keyword is for our listeners is not manual, exploratory. Because manual, yeah, of course, we still have our jobs, right? It doesn't matter even if your company is forcing you using AI on every single step. You are manually testing something. I mean, if you're not manual testing anything, you're crazy, you know. But I mean, you're
How do you
danger
know it
to
works?
QAs.
Yeah, are we trusting the AI tools at this point? I think that's where it is, right? You're trusting AI if it's ever 100%. I'm questioning your judgment. I mean, I just
I'm
say it like,
questioning. I'm I'm questioning your QA skills. I mean, okay, so right, there are tools which we believe work 100%. Postman. I
oh,
trust Postman.
keep going.
I'm gonna mute you right now. Can I mute you?
No, you can't.
So I use Postman because I trust it 100%. Like I believe that when I make a request, it's gonna return me, API response from my server. But I feel like with AI tools, we're still not there to trust it 100%. I know, I'm using extremely dramatic, crazy examples, but that's who I am, extremely dramatic and crazy. So deal with that. My point is, if you're a tester who last week during doing your work, writing automation, preparing releases, doing regression, and you didn't test anything manually at all, even including that beautiful new feature, you didn't actually go and click manually at least to see the page. I'm questioning a lot of things about your, approach of QA, and I hope we will never work together. We will, because you'll never hire me. I would never do that. So yeah, that's it. I'm done. What did you want to say? What?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I think you wrapped up the point well. Like, understanding the system you're testing is very important, and you're not going to be able to understand the system completely from summaries and from outputs from AI. You'll be able to see things, but like fully grokking, understanding, it's going to be a lot harder until you actually use the system. And I do believe once you know the system, once you've done the work to understand how, like, building that mental model of how all this works together, what's the interaction look like, what are the network requests that are flowing potentially plentifully, depending on your system. That's where you can, leveraging AI actually becomes like a superpower, because you know things, and you're going to be able to call BS when the system is BSing you, which it will. It will. It's going to miss things. There'll be gaps. There are ways to fill in more of those gaps, but you're not going to know whether it's right or wrong unless you've done some of that learning on your own.
Yeah, and Daria summarizes everything very nicely in her LinkedIn post again about manual exploratory testing. Is AI is accelerating both development and automation generation, while at the same time increasing the need for deeper system understanding exploratory testing and critical thinking in QA. And you see, like, I love seeing exploratory testing because at this point, all of those gherkin tickets, all of those test cases, and all of those things which were written, period, they're all automated. They're all done by AI things doing,
Yeah.
their own processes and stuff. But yeah, exploratory testing. I think because somebody asked us a question probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, something about exploratory testing and about test cases and about. So yeah, again, the more we talk about here about AI and how it's done and seeing articles from real world, we can assume like right there is gonna be another one. We might get to that where you literally just automate now everything with AI tools, and I'm not talking about playwright automation. I mean like automate the process. Opening the ticket, closing the ticket, everything that can be done now from like one window where you type your beautiful letters. And that's how those test cases are gonna slowly like die, because you won't need to execute them. You might need to write them because again, everything is improving. But exploratory testing, actually putting the head of end user, going in and be like, okay, what do I think? Literally, what do I think is gonna be the value? Yeah, for
Assessing quality
yes, yeah.
with you
Actually,
being,
like
yeah.
you know what? It's interesting because the just boom, a light bulb. Um, I hate AI. I mean, no, wait.
Let's zoom in on your face here.
I
Say that
have
one
I
more
have
time.
issues with AI. And I do have issues with AI, and I do have some issues with how people use it irresponsibly these days.
Yeah.
I've seen PR where, by just looking at the PR, I could tell it wasn't written by a person, and it's okay, it's fine. But thankfully, a person was honest and admitted that they have no clue what it is. It's doing what it's doing, but they had never tried it before. They never took time to actually look into what it is. And one of the articles also mentioned that it's overcomplicating. Sometimes AI can overcomplicate
Yeah.
functions and stuff. And because we did have solution for the problem in the code already, but because the person was using AI, and again, you see, irresponsibly, you can ask AI, hey, can you go to our repo and see if we fix the issue like that and use that, abstraction or function, anything. No, instead, the person decided to write on their own, pretending that they're not using AI apparently, and then they couldn't even, say what it is. But my point with the bulb, it was a little bit detour, is yeah, I start to be thankful to AI to actually, hot take, nah, kinda, filter testers, filter QA, where the real ones, the real MVPs who gonna stay are the people who are always in the same, like with the technology, so they know
Yeah.
how it works. They might not use it, but they know and they can if needed, because it depends from company to company, different policies and everything right now.
Yep.
But because AI is simply, and again, every single article talks about it, how it repetitive work gone, writing test cases gone, like doing smoke tests, all of those things are gone. And the ones, the filtered out after all of the processes, the QA is actually gonna be finally about quality, not about those little like, oh, there's like a button moved or like text different, because that's gonna be handled by AI or
Yeah.
automation, all of that. You're gonna be like what I said, right? You log in your system and you say, is it actually quality product what I
Yeah.
see as a quality person? And I
I,
love
I
that.
do think it's going that way. I do think some folks they don't know how to do that well, right?
Well,
They've
not some,
spent
a
a lot of time
lot.
doing the nitpicks, doing the this thing is off. This didn't meet the requirements exactly, even though the requirements were maybe too verbose. Maybe they weren't, depending on your situation, right? But a lot of that is knowing context and knowing, it's knowing where to push and where not to push. And there's some people that don't know how to do that
No,
yet, but they can
yet.
learn.
Of course, they can. Not all of them, but you know, I already said I'm crazy like a few minutes ago. So yeah, it is what it is. Any article which stood out to you? Ooh, one more, because the AI hate, from Andres Doronins. Yeah, Andres Doronins. Where can you just share the screen, please?
Let me pull it up.
That one. I built so it's a quote he probably found online or something. I built an entire QA orchestration framework where testing sub-agents do this and then that, and it all goes super fast from test creation to automation. And he's like, I just don't believe this claims. And I love people who say things without filter. So because I'm one of them, so that's my brother. Looking at his name and last name, probably maybe even same ancestry somewhere there. But seeing a poop emoji in the middle is just killing me in the best way possible.
I mean, I almost just scrolled through this one because I see so many of these AI generated,
Yeah.
AI testing orchestration frameworks, and typically there's no yes, anyone can generate one now by having a conversation with Claude, using the Sonnet model. I mean, a lot of the concepts here are not super complicated, even though they look very complicated here on the page. But I did see his name, and I've a big fan of just the content he's put out. And I pause. I'm like, oh, this is great. So
Yeah. Yeah. And I love the choice of words, like it's just that I'm convinced that the whole thing is quite trashy. And I'm like, bro, come on now. Love this. Love that. And again, this whole diagram, and I actually started like looking into that, and I realized that I have seen so many of these now
yeah.
online. And yeah, so again, amazing work on calling out BS when you see one. So, definitely loved it. And I'm actually in the same category as Andres when he says to this day, AI gives me a 20-30 productivity percent boost at the best. I'm still there. I know there are, again, I don't care. I'm in therapy to care about people's opinion, but you know, I know there are people who use probably like 80%, and one of the people who you sometimes put in a newsletter, I know they use super heavily AI, where it's like everything is AI. But for
Yep.
me, I would say it's still about only 30%.
30% efficiency you're gaining, or 30% of your time using AI tools?
I would say time,
Gotcha.
efficiency more. Yeah, obviously when I do that 30%, when I
Sure. Yeah.
use that, yeah, yes, productivity goes through the roof. Yeah,
Would you
and
say you're using it at least every day?
yes, 100%.
Okay. So
Yeah, I
use
use
it
a
every
hundred.
day. Be like Sergey. Use it for 30% of the
Hate
things
it.
that, yeah. And still
Argue
hate it.
with that, take screenshots, laugh about it, but use it. I mean, listen, uh almost offended probably somebody. Jeez, no, I need to be careful with this. I don't want to be living in the woods. I don't want to be this.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by
Okay.
that?
Okay, it's you see, I'm translating from Russian some of the things. I don't want to be like, this super. Let's go back for a few thousand, not thousand, hundreds, maybe years back, when, for example, there is a community. We're in Greece. Picture that. We're in Greece,
We're in Greece. Are we
and
wearing? We got sashes.
yeah, 2,500 years ago, and and there's like common knowledge, and I'm like this wise man who knows a lot about this certain topic, and then I decide, you know what, I'm just gonna go into the woods and live my life there, isolate myself with all of my knowledge, and I know I'm right, and I know how QA should be, and I was such an amazing QA. Yeah. No, I'm still gonna, go and jump on the, thing which was created recently called wheel, and
Yeah,
use,
yeah,
yeah. So I'm still gonna do that. So that's why, again, like, be like Sergey. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Even if your work policy says no AI, have a little project going on somewhere on the side, and try to do something. And
yeah.
again, who knows? Maybe you will be the one who will be changing the policy in your company, because you will be bringing proof, and is showing and be like, look how amazing it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Nice. All right.
Playwright screencast and agentic receipts. That's
You like
great.
that one?
When 159, the only thing which got me super upset, I didn't get videos or anything, any demos.
Yeah.
In
Come on,
yeah,
Martin. Give us some demos.
yeah. So when I there is a code example. This is great, but oh wait, can you open it? Can you open the?
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I got this. So, unfortunately, apparently, there was an example or something. I don't know.
There's the
But
setup. There's a picture. Yeah, I don't think it was a video.
yeah,
So
okay. But just again, it's a constructive feedback. As a reader, you can do the same for us. I'm gonna read it out loud, but yeah, when I read about cool features like this, I know I got the code, but I want to see now. I just want to see it, and it would make articles so much better. But I want to try that, just to try that.
yeah,
Yep.
you should do it. Let us know how it goes, Sergey.
Maybe I'll demo next
Next week.
Monday.
I love it. Hey,
Maybe.
I'm gonna go into a couple of these that I
Yeah.
found fun. First was the hot take. Um,
I wanted, as a joke, put everything in my bio.
you should just copy paste it. If anyone really wants to show off, come grab this, copy it, paste it into your LinkedIn. It may or may not fit. This might be over the character limit, but I don't know. I see a lot of these things, and some of these are somewhat ridiculous. But I would just say, if I see one of these or something that is similar, and it's not like well defined on like what does that even mean, like I kind of just I throw it out. I'm like, well, why? Like, why? If it's clear, I'm like, here's the thing that I'm doing and what it is. I'm like, okay, but what is an agentic SDET? Like, a part of my take was like, does anyone know? Has anyone defined it? Like, what does that mean to you? What does it mean to me? They're different things, similar to what like QA means to different people. Like,
Yeah.
QA for some teams is like writing test automation. For others, it's manual testing. For others, it's exploratory testing. I mean, all sorts of different ways to wrap words. And yeah, it kind of made me chuckle a little bit. And yeah,
I got the point immediately what you wanted to say, and yeah, I maybe it's not a hot take, but I mean, it will be a
mean
hot
about
take
it,
for
I
people
guess.
who can see that and be like, oh, I have it in my profile. I think your LinkedIn profile is nice because I like verbs when I see verbs in profiles.
Yeah.
What is it? What does you say?
Here, let's
Okay,
go
you had
find it.
better one. You had like deeply care about blah blah blah.
I changed
Helping.
it.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
helping, you see. So I like when I see verbs in profile because okay, AI QA, okay, it makes sense, but as soon as I see verbs, it's way better. So agentic as that, if you have it on your profile, please use verbs. Just explain me like I'm five what are you actually doing, because I don't know. I mean, I know it's that, I know agentic, but what exactly that is, do you use
Yeah.
AI or you test AI? At least that. Can you please say testing with AI,
Yeah.
writing code with AI, all of that stuff?
Yeah. Well, Mr. Ivans, his setup is architecting robots, AI native playwright systems. I called that playwright the icon, but I can get behind this. Like you're architecting AI native systems, like AI native meaning you're leveraging AI in this stuff, right? It's kind of AI is driving things. So
Yeah, but at least like a verb,
yeah,
architecting.
architecting. There it is.
Yeah.
So
You see, like you see how it changes everything.
it
Like
does. Yeah,
your perception is kind of, yeah.
it's great.
Uh,
I really enjoyed this article. So, for those who are maybe new to AI or using skills, there is a concept called progressive disclosure. This is also like useful in um, different, just different ways of working. But this specifically was a great picture around like how do you want to disclose certain information. So if you are working with an AI, and the idea here is you want to keep your context window with your AI clean. So if you just like dump all the information, like here's 14 tickets, like dump it in and go figure things out, like you're not going to get great results. But if you take one ticket and you take the specifics of the ticket and you bring that into context and you say, I want to accomplish this goal or this thing, a lot of times you can do that. Um, and there are tips and tools on how to make sure you disclose the right amount of things. So, one example, if you're working on a um, actually let's just kind of walk through this how I would go about like progressively disclosing things. Let's go over to my favorite place, practicesoftwaretesting.com. It's the tool shop. We've got all these tools here, and you've actually got different pages. You've got a checkout workflow, you've got a login screen. But from this page, I don't need to know what the context of the checkout screen is, right? I need to know what exists here. What, like, if I'm an AI looking at this page, like one, I can go send it to go take a screenshot or go interact with it. But if I wanted to, if there's like some specific rules, things like there should not be more than, you know, 20 items or any out of stock items shouldn't show up in this list by default, where maybe there is. Um, I would want to provide the AI some context somewhere, right? So for something like this, I might start at the highest level in a CloudMD file to say, like, hey, when you're on this homepage, go look at this file, and this is going to tell you about the homepage. But I may, in my CloudMD, like progressively disclose when you get to the checkout page, there's this other bit of context you need to look at, but you don't need to look at it yet until you get there. And when you do things like that, you keep your context window the right amount of size and progressively disclose it over time. So do go check this out, grok it, understand it. This does talk a little bit, not just about CloudMD, but about skill files as well, and how to leverage skill files plus even like reference files within a skill file that help you manage your context windows when you're using these AI tools. So, any questions? Do you have you thought about this side of things, Sergey?
No, I haven't. But because you know that I'm working with the system, which is the policy forbids using AI
Yeah,
right now. So, but yeah, I also loved how he pointed out how much everything costs in tokens.
yes,
Because there was
yes.
another article from Pramod Yadav about
Yep, we'll put in
how
here.
tokens are getting more expensive. Like not tokens, the work is getting more expensive, and how Now everything
There's a,
burns through tokens. And
yeah,
again,
right here.
if you're new to that, just be mindful of that. So maybe choose different models, you know, based on how many tokens are used. But I see that we're running out of time, and my probably like I had a lot of things we tabbed away
Sure.
for us to talk. But Brian Bad always adds his prompt at the end of conversation. He
Yeah.
has a final prompt. Based on this conversation, what can we add to your memory to make you more effective and use less tokens on these tasks? That's something I'm stealing for sure, 100%. And based on this conversation, I can tell all of you that we will be here next Monday at the same time doing issue number 15, talking about AI in QA. In the meantime, if you have any questions, reach out. If you want us to hype your business, and just so you can cut it and put it on all social media, that's gonna cost extra though. So just let us know. And take your time, go through some of the articles, think about it. Maybe you will realize that you definitely right on something. Maybe you will start questioning something, and that's the whole purpose. It doesn't mean that you will definitely learn something. Either you're
That's
right or
right.
wrong. Let's see. And
Yeah. Go forth and learn.
yeah. Oh my God. Oh, here you go. It worked. Perfect.
You
But
gotta move your delay down a little bit so we're in sync there.
it's all AI, what can I do?
All right. Bye
Anyway,
everybody.
goodbye, everybody. See ya.